What is up, Matuire family? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. I know it has been a long time, but I am back. For those of you that are new to the channel, my name is Antonio Matuire and I currently own a 2018 F80 M3. So I haven't really posted too much about this car because I really haven't done that much to it. But in today's video, we'll be getting the first mods on the F80. So let's go ahead and check them out. In today's video, I will be installing a carbon fiber PSM style front lip from Suvneer, and they also were kind enough to go ahead and send out some carbon fiber mirror caps. Now, me personally, I've always loved the M3 style mirror caps, and I wasn't really sure if I was actually gonna run carbon fiber on the mirror caps on this build, but I am gonna go ahead and install them and give them a chance and see how they look. So huge shout out to Suvneer for sending this out. I'll go ahead and leave their Instagram below as well as their website in the description. They have plenty of high quality carbon fiber pieces for not only BMWs but other vehicles as well. So if you're in the market for some carbon fiber pieces, go ahead and check them out. So let's go ahead and take a look at the lip and then we'll go ahead and get it installed. So right off the bat, I did notice that the lip that they sent does have pre-drilled holes, as you can see. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with aftermarket front lips, most companies that send out aftermarket carbon fiber pieces in general won't pre-drill the holes for you, and some companies will actually charge you to pre-drill the holes. So the fact that Suvneer sent this out with pre-drilled holes already free of charge is a game changer for a lot of you guys, especially if you're a beginner and you've never really installed anything like this and you don't feel comfortable drilling your own holes. This makes it that much easier to install. So I'm gonna go ahead and do now is start unscrewing all the screws on the bottom. They are all 8 millimeters. I don't know if you guys can see that. They are all 8 millimeters. So we're actually missing some. So it actually looks like I was missing quite a few screws. I didn't have this one on the end. Didn't have that one either. Pretty much the only ones that were left under here were the ones here in the middle. It looks like the previous owner did have a front lip installed right here, as you can see. These are both holes drilled through the bumper. So he probably either got his front lip ripped out or he did a poor job installing it, because all these areas should have little clips. They should all have clips like that. So I'm definitely gonna have to improvise and maybe put some other screws in here. So I went ahead and found some self-tapping screws that I've used for a previous lip on my 340. And I think these ones will be plenty long. So I did just go ahead and decide to replace all of these screws because with the added thickness of the lip, I don't think these would be much use at all. This thing would probably fly off at any moment and we don't want that. I'm also gonna add some 3M tape to the front just so that way we can kind of like get it mocked up on the vehicle. All right, so I went ahead and put the tape on there. Nothing crazy, and it doesn't have to be a lot. Like I said, the screws is what's gonna do most of the holding, but I did want to get the tape all on the front edge of the lip so that way when we mock it up, it's as accurate as possible before we go ahead and drill the screws in. Another little trick I've always liked doing is just kind of peeling the tape back on the edges. So that way you can kind of test fit it without fully engaging the whole strip of adhesive. And so that way if you don't like the way it looks, you can take it off. But just make sure before you put the tape on, you're wiping down the carbon fiber piece real well with some rubbing alcohol or some soap and water. Just make sure that the surface is super clean. So I'm gonna go ahead and use this box that it came in along with some rhino ramps. So that way I can test fit it and I don't have to set it down on the floor. The closer the lip is to the bumper, the easier it is. All right, so I have it in an area where I like it. So what I was telling you guys earlier as far as this, now you can stick it and peel this completely off now that you have it where you want it. All right, so this is what we're working with right now. As far as fitment, I would give it about a 7 out of 10. It was very hard to get these points to line up on both sides perfectly, and as you can see, they still aren't really lined up that well. Yes, there's a slight gap, but that's just because it's being held by the tape right now. But once I put the self-tapping screws in there, it should close both these sides up really nicely. So I just wanted to show you guys how it looked before I screw everything in. As far as the sides, this is probably gonna bother the crap out of me for the entirety of owning this lip, but this little gap right here, it does bother me just a little bit that it's not flush with the fender. And it's not just because I installed the lip wrong, because as you can see, it's about an inch away from the fender line on this side. Now let me go show you guys the other side. So as you guys can see on this side as well, I haven't touched the tape measure, and it is about an inch on this side as well. But let me go ahead and put the self-tapping screws in and see, maybe the fitment might change, maybe not, but can't really make a determination until we do that. Alright, so I put the self-tapping screws in. It didn't really change a whole lot. There's a very, very tiny gap. I don't even know if you guys can see on camera, but on the other side, pretty much the same thing. The 3M tape made a little bit better contact on this side, but there still is like a very, very slight gap. I don't know if you guys can see the light coming through, but not bad at all. Like very, very hard to notice. You really have to be up on it, you know, to even tell. But damn, it looks really aggressive in the air. So let's go ahead and get this thing off the jack stands and see what it looks like on the floor. All right, so this is how she sits on the floor. It looks super, super aggressive in my opinion. I really, really like it. The car definitely needs some low. I think it would look a whole lot better if it was just that much closer to the floor. I mean, you can see here the wheel gap is pretty atrocious. Lowering springs are coming soon, don't worry. But overall, for what it's worth, even though it's not low in the front yet, I still think it looks really, really good. But now the lip's done, let me go ahead and slap these mirror caps on, and we'll go for a drive and find a nice little spot where we can see the lip a little better. Let's ride. And this is how she turned out. Alright, so I do apologize if there's some road noise. I did have to move locations from where I was shooting because security guard said I couldn't be shooting there. But anyway, the front lip completely changes the look of it. Like I said, if it was just a little lower, it would just be that much better. Regardless, even though it's not low, it still looks a whole lot better, and I think you guys can agree with me. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Do you guys like the PSM style? Do you wish I would have went with a different lip for the M3? I do like this front lip just for the simple fact that not a lot of people are rocking it. Especially on YouTube, I try to look up other DIYs or people that have this lip, and I only found like 1 or 2 videos. So I'm really happy that I ended up getting a nice lip that isn't the most popular lip. Even the mirror caps look really good. I think it does match the other carbon fiber bits on the car very nicely. Once again, let me know down in the comments, do you guys like the mirror caps? You think I should take them off? And once again, huge shout out to Suvneer for sending out this front lip and the mirror caps. I think it looks really good. If you guys need any carbon fiber parts whatsoever, go ahead and hit them up. Hopefully I'll be getting a code soon with them, but show them some love. They have very high quality carbon fiber parts, and you guys just saw that in this video. A link to their website is in the description. But just like that, that wraps up today's video. If you guys like this video, please smash that like button. It helps out the algorithm, and it helps this video get out there to others that might have a similar interest. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. You're not gonna want to miss this build. This is literally the first mod to this car of many, but trust me, I have a lot in store for this M3. And as always, Matwire fam, remember your goals and don't stop until you reach them. Peace. Excited just to see me, wish I felt the same way. Later on she'll probably get a name change. People changing on me like they gained weight. I wish that I waited on the same